In the journey of evangelical faith, there are three types of believers who face an arduous challenge. Your choices and attitudes can lead you to an uncertain destination. One must reflect on one's ways and embrace true faith in order to achieve eternal salvation. The quest for the kingdom of heaven requires genuine commitment, and those who don't find it can get lost along the way. Do not let it happen to you. Seek God with all your heart and stand firm in the truth of the gospel. I will quote the three types of people who will not rise in the rapture. The one is the tares believer. In the Bible, the expression, tares believer, is not directly mentioned in this way, but it is related to a parable of Jesus known as the parable of the tares and the wheat, which can be found in Matthew 13 verses 24 to 30. In this parable, Jesus compares the kingdom of heaven to a field where wheat and tares grow together. In the story, a man sowed good seeds of wheat in his field, but during the night an enemy came and sowed seeds of tares, which are weeds similar to wheat. When the wheat and tares began to grow, the man's servants noticed the tares and asked if they should pull them up. But the man told them to let both grow together until harvest, to prevent the wheat from being uprooted as well. This parable teaches a spiritual lesson. The wheat represents people truly converted to God, the faithful and genuine followers of the gospel, while the tares represent people who appear to be followers of God, but who do not have a sincere heart and true faith. In other words, the tares believer is one who is apparently within the community of believers, but lacks genuine faith and may even act in ways that are detrimental to the community. At the end of the parable, Jesus explains that, in the final harvest, the angels will separate the wheat from the tares. The wheat will be collected in the barn, that is, the true believers will be taken to the kingdom of heaven, while the weeds will be tied in bundles and burned, representing the fate of false followers. The two individual who will not rise in the rapture is the lukewarm individual. The reference to the lukewarm individual is found in the Bible in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verses 15 and 16. In that passage, Jesus is speaking to the church in Laodicea, and he says the following: I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. I would that you were cold or hot. So, because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I am about to spit you out of my mouth. The expression, lukewarm individual, refers to a person who is spiritually apathetic, indecisive, or indifferent in his faith and devotion to God. He is someone who is not fervent in his devotion to God, but he is not entirely indifferent to spirituality either. This state of lukewarmness is considered displeasing in the eyes of God. In the analogy used by Jesus, the hot represent those who are fervent and passionate in their pursuit of God and in living according to his teachings. The cold represents those who are far from God and who have not yet had a genuine encounter with him. However, these people still have the possibility to seek God and repent of their ways. On the other hand, the lukewarm is someone who knows the truth, has heard the teachings of God, but does not demonstrate true devotion and transformation in his actions and heart. This warning from Jesus serves as a call to action for those who find themselves in a lukewarm state of faith. He wants people to repent of their spiritual lukewarmness and become fervent in their pursuit of God, his love, and living a life in accordance with the principles of the kingdom of heaven. The idea is that God prefers people to be completely committed to him or completely removed from a distant and sinful life, rather than remain in spiritual lukewarmness. The three is that believer who walks in sin contumaciously and openly, consciously choosing to walk this path of transgression. He dares to believe that divine grace will cover him at the moment of rapture. However, It must be remembered that grace is not an excuse for a life of willful sin. So my dear, if you are in one of these three sins, repent from the bottom of your heart. If you like the message, subscribe to the channel and leave your like. God bless your day.